Hello, my name is Eduardo Noel. This is my video entry for Lab 10, Exercise 1, Bowser Diffusion Testing for Bio 225. Today is June 23rd, 2020. Here is my card. After 24 hours of incubation, there shows a growth of the antibiotics on the microbes, and this is the result. This is the result of my experiment. As you can see, I already measured the millimeter zone of inhibition. For Novo Biocin, it was 11 millimeters. Penicillin was 5 millimeters, and gentamicin is 12 millimeters. So that is result of my experiment for the Kirby-Bowser diffusion testing. On this experiment, I believe it went well. My results. Oh, here. This is a better view. There you go. Okay. So on my results, it shows that there was growth. I was able to spread the microbes all over evenly. But what I also noticed that by looking at the line itself, some parts are not evenly distributed. So I don't think my agar was evenly distributed throughout the petri dish. So there's a slant somewhere. I believe there's a slant somewhere. But it shows, shows growth on it. There was a lot of growth after 2 hours of letting it incubate. When I poured in the specimen in there, I let it settle for 2 hours and spreading it. After the 2 hours, I inserted the antibiotics per section in the middle of the section, and I let it incubate for 24 hours. So there was results, because you can see there's white stains everywhere. So I believe the antibiotics, the results are positive, because they show the antibiotics stops the growth of some of the microbes. Microbes go letting it grow. So it was a streptococcus epidermatitis, the microbes, the bacteria that's in here. But so the antibiotics didn't help on it. So I had a positive results on my experiment. So this is the results I expected, where in the middle there'll be a lot of microbes, and then with the antibiotics it slowly kills it, spreading it little by little, and this is the result I was able to retrieve from it. As you can tell, there's a lot of microbes. Right here where the lines are at, the borders, and in the middle of the circle. But within, there isn't that much, because the antibiotics was placed in there. So basically, how does this deal with real life? So in real life situation, we don't know what type of bacteria or viruses bacteria the person have. So what they usually do is give a broad spectrum antibiotics to see where it is while your specimen is being run through the lab. It doesn't take minutes. It takes hours to days to get the result of your of what's growing in your body. That's why broad spectrum antibiotics will help assist you until you get specific microbes that is growing within your system. Once lab result shows up, the doctor is able to prescribe you the actual antibiotics you need. On this experiment, as you can see, all of them worked. So broad spectrum antibiotics will work on streptococcus epidermatitis, and it shows effect on it. But the one with the result of greater than in millimeters, a zone of inhibition was gentamicin. Gentamicin show more greater zone of inhibition compared to novobicin and penicillin. But I really don't, with the slanted curve of Algar I have, I don't believe my results is that accurate compared to if it was professionally done at a hospital or at a lab. How antibiotics applies to so the results helps me apply in real life because of the antibiotic, showing which antibiotic helps destroys this bacteria by the antibiotics that was placed on the agar or the petri dish. So because we're on this experiment, it's all about antibiotics and how antibiotics work and which microbes kills it. On what error? Okay, so the error I occurred on this experiment is just because once I put the agar in the middle, I let it spread evenly, but I see some parts that are slanted. So I'm not so sure I guess one bottle wasn't enough for this experiment at all. So next time I'll probably do 2. The other thing is there are clumps of agar that came out through the tubing, so I guess it wasn't fully boiled. It was like 1 or 2 clumps. But I broke it up once it got to the to the petri dish. So there's little humps all over. There's 1 or 2 humps on my petri dish from the agar itself. But what I was told, because for some reason it took me 45 minutes to melt my agar in boiling point. So I had a bigger pot than I usually do. So maybe that was the result of why it took so long. Next time I'll probably use a smaller pot with the deeper depth, so the agar would cook lesser in time, but better than the result I got, because when I poured in my agar, there was clumps. Previously, on the couple experiments I had, when I melted the agar, it came in liquid form. So that is my final video for this exercise 1. My name is Eduardo Noel. This is exercise 1, Kirby's Bauer diffusion testing for Bio 225. Today is June 23rd, 2020. Thank you.